Breaking news out of Carolina. The Panthers just dropped their first depth chart of the season, and fans are stunned. Key players are falling down the ranks, rising stars are being overlooked, and one controversial move has the whole fan base asking, what is going on? Is this a smart plan or a warning sign for disaster? Let's break it all down right now because this is not what anyone expected. High energy, emotional, clear English. All right, Panther Nation, let's dive straight into the chaos. The unofficial first depth chart has just been released by the Carolina Panthers, and let me tell you, it has people talking. Fans are confused. The roster looks different, and some of these decisions, honestly, they're shocking. We're going to start with the offensive lineup, and right at the top, we've got QB1, Bryce Young, no surprise there. RB1, Chuba Hubbard, solid, expected. WRs, Tederaroa McMillan, Adam Thielen, Xavier Legette, T. Jatavian Sanders, O-line, Ike Ekwonu, Damian Lewis, Austin Corbett, Robert Hunt, Taylor Modon. But here's where things get weird, and I mean really weird. Austin Corbett over Cade Mays? After everything we've seen in camp, after how hard Mays has worked and what he's shown on the field. This is wild. We literally just talked about this. Cade Mays has earned that spot. No doubt. And I get it. This is just the unofficial depth chart. Things can change before the next preseason game. But even as a placeholder, this doesn't sit right. Corbett might be the veteran, but Mays has been the better player recently. Let the man start. Now let's talk wide receiver surprises, because this one's tough to swallow. Jimmy Horn Jr., a guy fans love, who's been making noise all offseason, is sitting on the third team. Meanwhile, Hunter Renfrow is listed with the twos. That's a head-scratcher. And sure, Horn is recovering from injury, but even so, he's too good to be buried this deep. If they're set on giving Renfrow's second team, fine, but bump Horn up. Slide him in over David Moore at least. Horn deserves better than this. The rest of the offense? Honestly, it's pretty much what we expected. Besides the two big shockers, Corbett over Mays and Horn on the third team, it's business as usual. Rice is leading the way. The weapons around him look promising, but it's those two moves that really stand out. And when something doesn't feel right this early on, you can't just ignore it. Now let's flip to the defensive side because there's more to unpack. Ready for me to rewrite the defense portion now starting from defensively, first team, you have Derek Brown. I'll bring the same fire, drama, and clarity. Let's talk defense, Panthers fans, because this depth chart is a roller coaster. We've got some big names missing, questionable placements, and a whole lot of wait. What? Starting with the first team defense. Defensive ends, Derek Brown, Ashawn Robinson, D-tackle, Bobby Brown 3. Outside linebackers, DJ, Wanham and Pat Jones. Inside linebackers, Trevin Wallace and Christian Roseboom. Corners, JC, Horn and Mike Jackson. Safeties, Trevin Morig and Nick Scott. Okay, not terrible, but not great either. Here's where I'd make immediate changes. Tershawn Wharton absolutely deserves a starting spot over Ashawn Robinson. He's been better in camp, more explosive, and more disruptive. Simple. Nick Scordon has looked hungry and fast. I'd put him in with the first team as an edge rusher and shift Pat Jones across to the other outside linebacker spot. That duo has more upside, period. Lethan Ransom, why is he not starting? He's got speed, instincts, and he's been one of the hardest hitters in camp. With Morig, that duo would be dangerous. Instead, we're watching Nick Scott get that spot? Come on now. I get that some of these veterans have experience. I get the coaches want stability. But you also have to reward performance. You can't just go off names. This defense needs energy, playmakers, and fresh legs, and right now, some of the top talent is being left on the bench. Now let's move down to the second and third teams, just to show how deep this rotation is. Second team DL, Wharton, Shai Tuttle, Lebrian Ray. Second team OLBs, Princely Omanmilan and Nick Scordon. ILBs, Claudin Sherilis and Jalon Walker. CBs, Charles Wade, Caleb Evans. Safeties, Damani Richardson, Lethan Ransom. Third team DL, Jared Harrison Hunt, Sam Roberts, Jaden Kelly, OLBs, Thomas Encombe, DJ Johnson, ILBs, Bam Scott, John Radigan, CBs, Shamar Bartholomew, Michael Reed, safeties, Isaac Gifford, Jack Henderson. There's a lot of talent fighting for spots, and yeah, some of these guys might climb the charts soon. But right now, it feels like the coaches are guessing, just throwing names around, hoping it sticks. And that's not the energy we need heading into preseason. Now, here comes the part that really gets me. Special teams, what is going on? Let's talk about the return game. On kick return, here's the order. Raheem Blackshear, Rico Dowdle, David Moore, Trevor Etienne, Jimmy Horn Jr. On punt return, it's the same story. Blackshear, Hunter Renfrow, David Moore, Trevor Etienne, Jimmy Horn Jr. Fifth? Jimmy Horn Jr. is fifth on both kick and punt return? This makes no sense. Horn is one of the most explosive, electric returners we've seen in camp. Unless there's an injury we're not hearing about, and if there is, where's the update? Then there's no reason he should be buried this deep. And here's the kicker. Horn is also listed as a third-team wide receiver. So now you're telling me he's not getting first-team WR reps, not getting special teams reps, and you expect him to make an impact? It just doesn't add up. If you had him at second-string WR and fifth on returns, maybe I'd understand. Or if he was third-string WR but second or third in special teams, fine. But both? Come on, Panthers. This ain't right. And maybe I'm a little extra fired up because of what the Cleveland Browns pulled, dropping Shadur Sanders all the way down to fourth string on the depth chart earlier this week. And now suddenly he's the starter against us this Friday. These depth charts are starting to feel like mind games, and I'm over it. It's time to stop the charades and start building real chemistry with the right players in the right spots. We can't keep shifting pieces just to confuse the media. The season is coming fast, and fans want to see the real thing. Panther Nation, I want to hear from you. Do you agree with this depth chart? Who got disrespected? Who earned a starting spot but got overlooked? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Rate your confidence in this roster from 1 to 10 and tell me who you'd move up or down. Let's build this team the right way together. Now listen, y'all. We already talked offense, we talked defense, and now we're closing it out with special teams, some training camp hype, and a joint practice that's about to get spicy. Let's start with the specialists. Kicker, Matthew Wright. Punter, Sam Martin. I'm actually cool with this. Wright's been way more consistent than Ryan Fitzgerald, who's just not been getting it done. The leg power ain't translating, and the accuracy's been off. So putting Matthew Wright ahead, I got zero problems with that. Lock it in. Leantham Ransom, future star? Now let me give a big-time shout-out to Leantham Ransom, because this dude just keeps showing out in training camp. Yesterday, it was raining. And I don't mean light drizzle, I mean a full-on downpour. And what did Ransom do? He caught an interception in that rain with gloves on. Slippery ball, wet field, tough conditions, and he still made a play. That's different. That's special. And Coach Catalas sees it too. Here's what he said about Ransom. He always seems to be in great position to make a play. That comes with study. That comes with being disciplined, owning your leverage, reading formations, knowing if it's run or pass, and putting yourself in the right spot. I can't be happier with where he's at and where he's headed. Man, what more do you want from a rookie? I've been saying it. Leantham Ransom could be a dark horse for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I really believe that. But the coaches have to give him the chance. And that means start him over Nick Scott. Please, Coach Aro. Please. The kid is locked in, flying around, reading the game like a vet. Let him loose. Let him shine. I'm putting all my faith in Ransom. If I'm wrong, I'll own it. But I don't think I am. Joint practice vs Browns. It's going down. Last thing before we wrap. The Cleveland Browns are in town today for joint practices. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is going to be must-watch. Wet weather again. Different team. Different schemes. Players you haven't been battling all summer. Unknown tendencies. Real competition. This is where you see what guys are really made of. Practice reps today? They're going to shake up the next depth chart for sure. Guys are going to either prove they belong or get exposed. And let's be honest, somebody is going to get into a fight. Someone's going to be chirping. And that intensity, that fire, that's what you need this time of year. Because now it's real. Final word. We're heading into a big week, Panther Nation. Roster battles are heating up. And now that we've got another team in town, we're going to see who's ready and who's just out there jogging. Let me know in the comments. Who are you watching during the Browns' joint practice? Should Latham Ransom start? Who's your MVP of training camp so far? Let me tell you something, I don't care if it's a practice. I don't care if it's raining. Every rep should feel like a game rep. That's the mentality I want to see from Carolina in this joint practice against the Browns. I want that game speed energy. I want guys fighting for every inch like it's week one. Because guess what? Perfect practice makes perfect performance. Don't sleepwalk through it just because it's only a joint practice. No, that's not what winners do. Winners train like it's game day, every single day. And I want to see it all. How does Bryce Young look under pressure? Can our run game finally break through the front line? Will our receivers get separation and make big time catches? How does the rush defense handle unexpected pressure? Can the secondary hold strong against a different scheme? That's what I'm watching for, and I hope the coaches are too. Our defense needs to dominate. And while we're talking about this matchup, you know what I really want to see? I want our defense to make every Cleveland quarterback look bad. I want them second guessing everything. I want them to look at their depth chart and say, we can't start anyone else. Our guys got exposed. I want Carolina's defense to leave no doubt about who's ready and who's not. Let's give them hell on every snap. Freeze frame of the day. Now this right here. This made me smile. Out in the rain yesterday, through all the chaos, we had Jimmy Horn and David Moore dancing and celebrating like they were in a music video. And honestly, I love that energy. That's good vibes only. It reminded me of kids playing in the rain, just loving every moment. And that's the energy that brings teams together. That's what you need to build chemistry. Freeze frame of the day right there. Iconic. Time for Panther Nation to speak. Let's hit the comments and see what y'all had to say. Wanna Wanderer 780 said, I don't think Corvette can handle it. Mays is younger, cheaper, and better. Let him start. Also, love the consistency. I watch every day after wrestling practice. Keep up the good work. Oh, and some folks think we might get Micah Parsons even with $19 million in cap. Thoughts? Respect for tuning in after practice. And I hear you on Mays. He's earned his shot. As for Micah Parsons, man, look, I'd love to get a generational talent like that. But unless Dallas randomly decides to gift wrap him for us, it's not happening this season. He's expensive. We've only got $19 million in cap. Next year? Maybe. But right now? Nah. Not unless someone takes a massive pay cut or we give up one of our star contracts, and that ain't likely. Big Ink 7823 said, Corvette proved he couldn't handle it. Put him back at guard and let him clear a path. Couldn't agree more. He's built for guard. Let's stop pretending otherwise. Put him where he can help the team the most. Big Lou baby said, regardless, this will be the best week one if things go as planned. If that happens, history might repeat itself. Big Lou out here speaking in riddles, man. I know what you're hinting at. That weird coincidence from seasons past? I've already talked about it on the channel, and yes, it's real. But let's hope we make our own history this time. Let's finish strong. Alright, here's where you come in. What's your take on the depth chart right now? Should Latham Ransom start over Nick Scott? What do you expect from the joint practice and Friday night's game? Drop your answers in the comments below. Don't hold back. Also, I'm putting together a watch party on playback.tv for the game. Come hang out with us, break it all down live, and watch every play together. More info coming soon. Final thoughts. At the end of the day, I'm just a skinny dude with two takes, but I love this team, and I believe in what we're building. Stay locked in, stay loud, stay proud. Much love, Panther Nation. Take care. Until next time.